Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, the NTSB looks into Aquila drone crash. Solar Impulse 2 is looking for a home. A Delaware community drops plans to regulate drones. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's November 29th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The NTSB has recently released documents related to the structural failure of the Aquila drone being tested by Facebook as a way to deliver internet service to remote areas. Bloomberg reports that the documents allude to a structural failure of the Aquila aircraft, which has a wingspan wider than a Boeing 737. It's reported the accident occurred while the aircraft was on approach to landing following the test flight June 28th. Most of what we know about the accident came from a Facebook blog posted on July 21st. The blog indicated the flight had gone well and lasted longer than planned. The only indication of a problem was the statement saying, "We are still analyzing the results of the extended test, including a structural failure we experienced just before landing." It's reported that the NTSB has classified the failure as an accident, which infers that the damage to the aircraft was substantial. There was no damage to anything on the ground, according to the report. Additional details were not disclosed. According to a report in the Dayton Daily News, officials involved with the epic solar-powered around-the-world flight completed earlier this year are looking for a final location to place the Solar Impulse 2 aircraft on display. According to the article, the National Aviation Heritage Alliance, referred to as the NAHA, was approached with the idea of adding the Solar Impulse 2 as a display to their planned tribute to the Wright brothers. NAHA is engaged in the restoration of the original Wright airplane factory, which is located in Dayton. It was reported that the NAHA executive director, Tony Schoolenbreen, said, "It would be cool to have it here, but right now there's only so much NAHA can do, and our focus right now is the factory." One of the big problems of the Solar Impulse 2 is it's a big airplane. It's not going to fit in a small building. The Solar Impulse 2 actually visited Dayton as one of its stops in its world-circling journey. After the break, Lewis, Delaware scraps drone regulations.
Concord's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concord's entire line of batteries at www.concordbattery.com. Concord, the heart of your aircraft.
The Bristol Light Sport aircraft is what you are looking for. The Bristol is wider than a Cirrus, faster than a Skyhawk, offers more storage than a Husky, and comes standard with Garmin avionics. So what are you waiting for? Visit Bristol.com to find out how you can get into a Bristol today.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
Explore no limits flying in the FAA-certified Sea Ray Amphibious LSA, one of the top 3 best-selling LSAs in the U.S. Progressive Aerodyne Sea Ray comes equipped with a Rotax engine and exhibits extraordinary handling on land, water, and in the air. Check it out at www.searay.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero TV, our podcast, or website, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. We have reported on several occasions that the states and local municipalities continue to promulgate regulations regarding the operations of drones. And we have pointed out that this is a dicey business because of potential conflicting regulations. Now, the city of Lewis, Delaware has shelved plans to regulate the use of UAVs in the city after learning such rules would violate state laws. The Cape Gazette reports that, according to the Lewis City Solicitor, the state specifically prohibits cities from creating its own rules regarding the use of unmanned aircraft. According to the report, cities in Delaware may pass laws that might be applied to the use of drones, such as privacy, nuisance, and noise regulations, while the FAA has recently passed new drone regulations regarding the use of the National Airspace System. The issues of privacy, noise, and nuisance were not addressed in the federal regulations other than as it applies to safety. Every Tuesday, we look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. And while the air show and fly-in season is winding down for the winter, we were able to find a couple. Here's this week's Aero calendar. Christmas is just around the corner, and it leads us to the Toys for Tots 2016 event being held in Oceana, California on December 3rd. It all takes place at the Oceana Airport and is a joint program being presented by the community and the U.S. Marine Corps. Celebrate this long-standing tradition by bringing a new unwrapped toy and enjoy the fun. There'll be aircraft on display and airplane rides, and a 1943 Stearman will be available. All flying and drive-ins are welcome. Also taking place on December 3rd is the Santa Flying and Pancake Breakfast being held at the Lorain County Regional Airport in Elleria, Ohio. The Women in Aviation Cleveland Chapter, MRK Aviation, and Discover Aviation Center invite you to attend a pancake breakfast fundraising event at the Santa Fly-In. The event is free, although a $5 donation is encouraged. All proceeds from the event will benefit the Women in Aviation Cleveland Chapter Scholarship Fund and the Discover Aviation Center. If you're looking for a place with high probability that the sun will shine, it's the When Pigs Fly South Barbecue Challenge being held on the Lakeland Linder Regional Airport in Lakeland, Florida on December 3rd. Bring your family and friends and an appetite. This year they'll tell us they'll have more barbecue competitors, more cars, more motorcycles, and more airplanes, including the Warbirds. It's a perfect time to pig out. After these messages, Ken McKenzie joins EAA Board of Directors.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
The dream is real, a truly affordable personal jet aircraft. The Subsonics Personal Jet Kit is priced at only $42,000. Kit plus engine is still under $100K. Add instruments, upholstery, and paint and you're flying. It's time to put your money where your bucket list is. Learn more at SonicsAircraft.com.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Ken McKenzie, a recreational aviation enthusiast and a senior vice president for the Airbus Group, has joined the EAA Board of Directors. EAA says he brings very strong aviation industry leadership experience to the organization. McKenzie is also an EAA lifetime member. The chairman of the House Transportation Committee says that President-elect Donald Trump is open to the idea of privatizing air traffic control in the U.S. Committee Chairman Bill Schuster said he has discussed the idea with Trump several times. According to Alaska Airlines, an antitrust review of the proposed acquisition of Virgin America by Alaskan Airlines should be completed fairly soon. If it is approved, the merger would make Alaska Air the largest carrier on the U.S. West Coast. The Airport Operators Association is calling on the UK government to cut airport passenger duty fees by 50% to make the UK more competitive internationally. The organization says the UK currently has one of the highest passenger duty rates in the world. Dr. Olumuyiwa Bernard Olu has been re-elected for a second 3-year term as the president of the Council of the International Civil Aviation Organization. In his acceptance remarks, Olu reassured he would continue the many international works that Aquila is involved in. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's get back to the rest of the news. Another Tuskegee Airman has gone west. Tampa, Florida resident Willie Rogers passed away last week, according to the Tampa Bay Times. He was 101 years old and at that time of his death was the oldest surviving member of the unit. According to the report, Rogers did not talk much about his participation in the war, according to his family, in part because he was among the personnel providing ground logistics support to the Tuskegee Airmen and not a pilot. His daughter, Veronica Williams, said that Rogers often said that there were many who deserved attention more, but were not here to receive it. Rogers did not reveal to his family that he had been part of the Tuskegee Airmen until 2012 and received his Congressional Gold Medal in 2013, some 6 years after it was awarded to the unit by then-President George W. Bush in March of 2007. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage, the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.